What's going on, YouTube? Well, it's been a while. A lot of the stores in my area have been kind of closed down just due to everything that's going on. I've took it upon myself to go ahead and start picking up some of my minor and major keys. I'm a big Spider-Man fanatic, so anything that's in the Spider-Verse, I've been kind of seeing what's affordable, what's out there. A lot of the keys that I'm going to be unpackaging for you today, some of them are in a little bit rougher shape, some of them are in really good shape. Either way, I think all of them will be needing to be cleaned and pressed. I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'll unbox them, show them to you guys. We'll kind of go over the comic itself, and then towards the end of the video, I'll go ahead and I'll flip the camera around and go through them one by one to kind of show what kind of defects and what kind of shape they're really in. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Can't find my razor blade, so hopefully this knife will be sharp enough to open up these packages. I think I got maybe 7 or 8 in total today for you guys. One of them still in shipping, so I may do that in a later video. I also have some toys to unbox that have actually been sitting here for quite a while. Oh, sorry about that, bumped the table. But I have a pre-order Funko Pop that's coming in, should be in sometime this week or beginning of next. So I'm kind of waiting on that to come in, that way I can kind of do them all at once. I don't like to do videos just for one pop, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to have a nice amount accumulated. A lot of the stuff that I'm about to show you today, some of these packages have been sitting here for a couple weeks now. Just kind of been taking my time, letting them kind of stack up. That way I would have quite a bit of content to give you when I finally decided to drop it. Well, I wish I had my razor knife. Oh. Whew. Sorry about the sniffles too. The pollen count here in Tennessee is just outrageous right now. Boy, they really package these things. It's like one piece of tape and then another piece of tape, which is kind of good because obviously I don't want my my comics bouncing around and getting dinged up any more than they need to be. So this may be a fairly lengthy video if the rest of them are packaged as good as this first one. And I haven't been keeping track of what packages is what, so you guys will be just as surprised as me whenever bam. Oh, okay. Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of Black Cat. I know some of the damage that's on this one. We'll just have to see how bad it really is. But the front cover, like I said, I'll kind of go over them at the end. We'll take them out of bag and board, go over them, let you guys get a pan on them, kind of see what shape they're really in. Actually, I think all of these I got at a fairly reasonable price. There's only one book in here that's of any major value, I guess you would say, at least to me. Technically, I guess two, but there's one that's definitely worth some money. And out of all of them, it was the only one that I actually had to pay a little bit for. The rest of these I got, in my opinion, I got a pretty good steal on them. So I'm curious, have you guys been picking up anything lately? If so, what have you managed to get your hands on with everything kind of being shut down? I know for myself, I've been ordering a lot of stuff on eBay. Haven't really, honestly, I've had quite a few pre-orders get canceled lately. I know Hot Topic canceled a pre-order of mine for a My Hero Academia Hello Kitty collaboration. This was Amazing Spider-Man #4 Original Sin. This was the first appearance of Silk. So, like I said, we'll take them out of bag and board later. Kind of give you an overall. That one's in amazing shape though. And they were all packaged a little bit different, because obviously they're coming from different sellers. Different sellers like to package and maintain the integrity of whatever they're shipping in different ways. I mean, some of them are just Gemini boxes, some of them are bags and then a box inside. Let's see. I'm actually gonna hold off on this one and put that one to the side, because that one is the big hoorah, I guess you would say. Yep, this one has a pull tab. Let's see if we can actually use it. Didn't anticipate that. Pulled the pull tab, ripped the bag, and there's literally insulation on the inside that just went everywhere. So, needless to say, the man cave will have to be swept after this. And then it's in another pull tab envelope. Luckily, they didn't seal the end of this one. Wow, I'm really disappointed in that packaging. No a bag, but no board. Amazing Spider-Man 300, first appearance of Venom. Like I said, it's bagged, but no board. Hopefully it didn't take any extra damage. It's in pretty good shape. Next one. God, I'm just bound and determined to knock that camera off today. I don't know what I got going on. I guess I got to be a little bit more careful. Out of all of these, this was the first one that I picked up. I want to say, out of everything, it's probably the oldest that I picked up. But I found it to be in fairly good shape considering the age. Man, they taped the hell out of it. You know what? I'll worry about getting the tape off later. Amazing Spider-Man #31. This was first appearance of Gwen Stacy and I'm gonna say Harry Osborn. Can't really tell how great the shape is. Either way, like, man, searching and searching and searching for this comic, it seemed like it was really hard to get something in high grade at an affordable price. I don't mind spending a little bit. To me, it's a major key just because I am a Spider-Man collector. But it's also one of those that, I mean, there's no spec on it, so there's nothing driving the price. It's just the actual age of the comic that makes it a little bit more scarce to find in a higher grade, at least in my opinion, from what I could kind of gather. Boy, they taped the hell out of this one too. Might have to get me some razor blades today. This opening it up with this dull little knife just ain't cutting it. And then they got bubble wrap on top of it. Amazing Spider-Man 361, first appearance of Carnage, and it is the newsstand edition. This thing is amazing. Like, I'm really impressed. Like, it is beautiful. I did pay a little bit extra for that one above what some of the other ones were going for, just because from all the pictures that I've seen, like, it's sharp, amazingly sharp corners, no spine ticks. The only flaw that it has is the manufacturer flaw that seems to be on like 90% of the 361s, where it has the two little cuts down at the bottom. This one was better than, I'd say, a good portion of the ones that I found. I don't know what they did with that specific comic book, the way that they cut it. But some of them have big gashes that go through all the pages, and it's just two little notches down at the very bottom. I probably will end up sending to get that graded. If I do, hopefully they won't ding me too hard on those two little cuts. Boy, talk about taping something up. I'm talking about, man, this thing is taped to death. At least it's painter's tape. Some of that box tape, it's a little bit of a pain to kind of break loose and get off. But because it's comics, you gotta be a little bit more gentle than I do with some of my toy unboxings. Because I definitely don't want to cut through to the comic. And you can't really bend it and move it the way you would with some of the other stuff that I collect. Just for the simple fact that you don't want to ding a corner or put a spine tick in there. Whoa. I'm having a time with this one though. There we go. That should be enough to get it out. Oh, that's cool. Hopefully this one's in as good a shape as it looked on online. Uncanny X-Men 164. Yeah, 164. Carol Danvers as Binary. Looks really good. Alright. Got one more and then we'll get into the big daddy of them all. Probably, honestly, after this one, the next comic I'm about to show you, the big hoorah, is it's probably the most expensive comic I have in my collection, to be honest with you. It's definitely probably one of the most sought after comics. This one, I know what it is just because I know what we haven't unboxed yet. And I really like it. It's technically a key now just because of spec, but it wasn't even on my radar. I literally just needed it to complete a run. I found one that was really, really cheap. Probably, like I said, because it's not a major key. But it is what it is. But I thought it was in fairly good shape for the price. It is Amazing Spider-Man 210. Madame Web. Yeah. See if we can clean and press it and get a little bit better out of it. Now, yes, the granddaddy of them all. I'm excited to see this comic in person. It was probably one of the slower comics to get here. Actually, that Uncanny X-Men took forever. They didn't even want to send me a tracking number for, like, I don't know, let's say a good maybe week. Yeah. What we got going on here? Feels like They have it in some kind of hard plastic. Maybe not. Just more cardboard. Boy, they taped the hell out of this one too. Last side. Hopefully that's enough to break it loose. It is. Now let's see. Obviously more tape. These things are taped to death. Which, like I said before, you can't really complain, because you definitely want your comics to get to you in good shape. Nobody wants a damaged comic just due to bad shipping. All right. Come on. All right, guys, here it is. Amazing Spider-Man 129. Now, if anybody's looking at this comic, first thing that pops out to you is there is a marker mark right there. And it is huge. But honestly, we'll go ahead and do this one first. Out of all the 129s that I've seen on the market that were in this good a shape, I was honestly willing to take the Sharpie mark that's on there, or the marker mark, and have the same, or have as good of a copy as this one appears to be, even with the marker circle on it or whatever it is. I don't know how bad that will ding me on the grading process, and honestly I don't care. This more likely will probably be the only 129 that I'll ever buy, just because I'm very frugal when it comes to spending a lot on comics. And if any of you guys know this book, First Appearance of Punisher, I mean, it's a very sought after comic. It's not cheap. I'm gonna flip the camera around and then we will take a look at the actual details of the comic, okay? Alright. Yeah. As you can see in the light, we got some major creasing there. A little bit of creasing there. Looking up the spine though, it's not as horrible as some of them that I've seen. The corners aren't horrible. Got a nice size crease right there at the break of the marble. Right there. Kind of goes down a good portion of the book. At times being color breaking. Got a couple little imperfections there. Like I said, it's really hard to find one of these in just grade A shape that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Not saying that this one was extremely cheap, but, and dirty back. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a pretty nice size crease there. And what we got going on with that corner right there. Back is just pretty much filthy. Hopefully we can get some of that out with a good cleaning. I don't know how much we'll be able to press out of this as far as these creases and wrinkles. Alright, there's that one. Now let's get the next book ready. Next one is 194. Start at the bottom. And got a little bit of color break there, a little bit of something there. Looks like we might have either some dirt or maybe a watermark there. I got this one for fairly affordable too. The color on it's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But the corners are really nice. Most of the front cover on this one actually looks really, really good. The reason why I got this one so cheap is because of the back. But the seller was fully disclosed that there was some issues with it. So, pretty dirty. Definitely needs pressing and cleaning really bad. But it's still going to be degraded or downgraded because it does have water damage on the bottom. I knew that coming in. Like I said, I got it at a very affordable rate, but there is no spine ticks, very minimal creasing. It's actually in really good shape considering, you know, the age of the comic and what I gave for it. The next one that we'll do is Amazing Spider-Man number 4. The only thing that this book really needs, I mean, it'll probably get a slight cleaning. Doesn't have any spine ticks. Let's see if I can get in on that corner. That corner's pretty good. That corner's pretty sharp. There's a little bit of lifting right there, but the corner itself is really sharp. That's honestly, give it a once over with the cleaning, but for the most part, this one just needs kind of to be pressed out. See what we can do with it. Sharp corner there. Pretty good corner there. And that one's another sharp corner. And the rest of the book looks good. I mean, even in the light, it doesn't have any waviness to it. It's a really flat book. Kind of upset with this one. Amazing Spider-Man 300. I tried to purchase 4 other Amazing Spider-Man 300s that were probably twice as nice, and some of them went for a lot lower, some of them went for quite a bit higher, but I kept getting outbid in the last like couple seconds. Let's see if there's a way that I can do this. Let's see. A little bit of nicking up there, a little bit of creasing right there. You can actually feel it. Maybe might be able to press that out. It had one spine tick right there, but I think that was the only. Oh, nope, there's a small one right there too. It actually is in overall pretty good shape. And a little boogered up corner right there. Not horrible though. That one's not too bad. Looks pretty sharp. I don't know what was going on with this edge though. That's a rough ass edge to it. I don't know. So other than that, I mean, it's got a little bit of crinkling, kind of where his web is right there, right in here. Well, yeah, right in here. But none of them are color breaking. I think with a cleaning and a press, probably get that out because it does look like a little bit of smudged dirt in it. And then on the back side, it's pretty much about the same. Couple little creases on the back that you can tell a little bit more than you could on the front. I mean, can't tell. Maybe 4. That corner ain't too bad. Neither is that one. So overall, I mean, it's a decent copy. Now this one, I don't know how much cleaning and pressing is gonna help. I guess I'll see. We got a little bit of spine wear. It is a remotely older comic. And let's see if the camera can pick some of this up. Some spine ticks, a little bit of water damage. Quite a bit of spine ticks. Some of the color's kind of gone. A whole bunch of color breaking in that corner. And that corner's not as bad. Overall though, the coloring is still here. And the overall comic don't look that bad. Now I'll flip it over and see how bad the back looks. It's awful yellow. And you can see that water damage that was seeping through on the front is also down the spine of this one. A little bit in that corner too. Small, very small tear right here. So, but once again, I mean, you kind of get what you pay for and try to find the best copies you possibly can find. Out of all of them though, I think this one might be about in the best shape of all of them. Extremely sharp corner there. And there. There's a little bit of a wrinkle, I think, right in here. That might be able to be pressed out though. Very sharp corner there. I mean, that looks like brand new. It's so sharp. These are those two little ticks I was talking about. There's one here, there's one here. And for some reason, it seemed like all the 361s that I've seen have at least some portion of that. It was like the way that the die was cutting them back then, at least for this copy, or for this issue. Alright, so you got that. Try to lay this down where I don't put any damage into it. Corner still looks good on the back. Like I said, no spine ticks. You can see that cut goes all the way through right there and right there. So it's probably through every page, just like all the rest of them. Like I said, I don't know how much CGC dings you for that, but it kind of is what it is. This one, very sharp corner. No spine ticks at all. Another sharp corner. That corner looks pretty good too. And that corner. Overall, the comic is beautiful. Let's see if I can flip this over. Looks like we got a little bit of some kind of waviness right there. Not sure if that's just dirt smudge or if it's some kind of imperfection. A little bit of dirt on that corner. And a little bit of a nick right there, which might be able to press that out, I'm not sure. But other than that, I mean, the spine looks really good. Overall, pleased with this one. That was another minor key that was picked up fairly cheap. And then the last one. Let's see. That corner's not in horrible shape. Not in the best, but not the horriblest. That one's in pretty good shape. Not think there's a little bit of creasing right here. And then this one's probably the roughest of all of them. That spine is pretty filthy. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's pretty grimy looking. So we'll see what a cleaning will do for that. And then on the back, it's a white back, and it looks pretty dirty. Got a little bit of wrinkle right there. Like I said, don't know if we can press that out or not, but it's definitely in need of some cleaning. I don't know what we got going on there, if that's some kind of mildew or what. We'll see what we can get out and what we can't. I mean, for the price, it was a great book to pick up and just having a collection, even if I don't end up sending it off to get graded. Like I said, it's a minor key anyways, so more than likely this will just go in the box and get stashed. Well, that's what I had for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I was with some of these pickups. Like I said, some of them were major keys, some of them were minor keys, but out of all of them, I finally got myself a Amazing Spider-Man 129. I think this is one of the books that I just kind of chalked up as, I'll never get that book, so it's out of my league. You know, it's one of those that it seems like they're getting more and more scarce every year, and the price just keeps going up. It didn't help in any that the Netflix series did really good, and people really enjoyed it. Seemed like there was some kind of increase in sales and price gouging after that. But it hasn't been a cheap book for a long time. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below how you think I did on this this haul, and we'll start shopping for more keys. Like I said, I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting into the above 100s. I am supposed to pick up some comics later on today from a local guy that I know from the comic shop. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because today's like my only off day. I've been working every day since Easter, so we'll see how it all pans out. But so I might have a couple more reveals. They're minor keys. There's no first appearances or anything. Everything I showed you today had a first appearance. These ones were just part of my collection that I needed that were above 100. Because I'm getting to the point now where everything past like 130, I'm missing like a odd comic here or there. None of them, I think, except for maybe first appearance of Hobgoblin, are really of any kind of value. It's just a matter of getting my hands on them and trying to track them down. You know how it goes with comics. It's a constant hunt. But until next time, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys soon.